Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to Joy Intelligence and the Joyly Edge, or as I like to say, the JQ Edge. So this morning we're going to continue our conversation on culture change and what's happening around the country and probably other parts of the world too is culture change is now necessary. And in healthcare, we're having quite a crisis. So, as always, we start the JQ Edge with purpose. What's one thing you can do today to help change the culture at work? And for this, you do not have to be a leader, a CEO. You can be a team member, you can be an employee, you can be whatever it is that you are at work. And if you're running a family business, you can still change the nursing, pardon me, you can still change the culture at work or at home. We'll talk about execution. What can we specifically do to make things happen? And we're going to talk about what the proof is for you. And so here we go. Let's jump in. So this morning, purpose. People don't leave the organization because they stop caring. They're leaving because no one is caring for them. Let me say that again. People are not leaving because they stopped caring. They're leaving organizations because no one is caring for them. And in healthcare, in mental health, that is absolutely a crucial issue. Yet, if you're listening this morning or watching on YouTube, across any business, employees want to be not only feeling and knowing that they're cared about, but knowing that they can help make a decision that propels the organization forward, that optimizes the workplace related to how we feel, how are we supported, how are we moving forward together as a team, as a unit, as an organization. And in the summer of 2025, Nevada Nursing News shared something that was quite plain and alarming. So let's go through this together. Improving the workplace culture in healthcare settings is not about job satisfaction. It's fundamentally about safeguarding patients. But right now, nurses are being asked to sustain extraordinary care for others, patient care, while running on empty themselves. And many of you have experienced this in any workplace, tech, in manufacturing. So the Nevada Health Workforce Research Center's report confirms expected retirements are going to compound an already high vacancy rate for registered nurses statewide. Meanwhile, nurses statewide and nationwide who remain in the profession face the same compounding cycle. Fewer nurses mean higher workloads, increases burnout, which drives more people, more nurses out of the profession, making the shortage worse for those who stay. And I will say, being in healthcare myself and a PhD, this is true for psychologists, psychiatrists. This is a nationwide issue, which is why at JOYELY we're wanting to bring this to attention and sharing what we believe we can do to absolutely stem the tide and reverse it so that we do get more healthcare workers, nurses, doctors, surgeons, all working, swimming in the same direction. So right now, patient ratios in Southern Nevada can reach 1 to 8 or 1 to 9. That's double the 1 to 5 standard. Nurse fatigue significantly raises the risk of clinical errors and adverse patient outcomes. And so right now in the state of Nevada, we're needing 625 additional nurse practitioners and 3,000 additional RNs. So the pipeline issue is real. Qualified nursing school applicants were turned away due to faculty shortages and lack of clinical sites. So political gridlock, not even wanting to go into that. There's ways we can talk about that to help. I will tell you that change happens from the bottom up. So all of you in healthcare, contact your state representatives. Wherever you are in the country, contact your state representatives and say, we need to do something about this now. So execution. What can we do to help you, and what can you do to help your team right now? So let me get this out of the way. JOYELY does not offer a wellness perk. It offers a system, one that addresses the neurological root of burnout and gives nurses, nurse practitioners, doctors practical tools to sustain emotional presence across a full shift and a career. So let's go through those steps. Many of you who've been listening and watching, the Chair of Joy integrates non-sleep deep rest protocols with a cognitive reset. That's complicated. Sit, breathe, think, feel. Sit, breathe, think, feel. Sit because it centers you. Breathe in, do the reset, deep. Hold it, breathe out. Think, what's the best thing I can do at this moment with my team or this patient? And that, just that, relieves the in the moment tension and builds new neural pathways for resilience. And then when you ask, what can I do? Your brain will give you the right answer because you've calmed that stress anxiety response. You're changing. This is the crux of JOYELY. We change how you react to the stress. And tomorrow we're going to talk about the whole show, the 4 stages of emotional presence. It will give you a framework to recognize when you are in protection mode and how to return to safety, pardon my voice, presence, and then get to joy, a critical skill in high stakes patient interactions. The emotion maps provide a shared vocabulary for your team and nurses to share and discuss the emotional load without stigma. This isn't judgment. Remember, emotions just are. They're not right or wrong. They're not positive or negative. They're not good or bad. This is really a crucial learning point. When you are feeling the range of emotions throughout the stressful day in the workplace, we're helping you change your reaction. 1, by the Chair of Joy. 2, by teaching you how to get into safety and presence and joy. And this is neuroscience, not just a wellness trend. So here's the real issue. And for hospital CEOs, for healthcare CEOs, for business CEOs, it's probably around the same cost, maybe even more. When you lose an experienced RN, that's $50,000 to $90,000 per person. And you multiply that across a unit, and it's a heavy loss. So organizations that invest in sustained joy, or shall I say an easier term for you, sustained emotional regulation, changing your reaction to stressful events and getting yourself and team members to experience joy. Remember, joy is at the bottom of emotions. It's in the back of your brain. You can access it. You can get in the zone of joy consistently. We know a place like Brighton Hospice did this. They did it in 2023, 24, and 25. So proof. Go back at the end of the day and ask yourself, with my purpose of just trying to stem the tide, with my purpose this morning, one thing I could do that will help change the culture. Did you do that? Did a team member do that? But if you're a nursing leader, a chief nursing officer, or a nurse educator in Southern Nevada, today's task is simple. Name the culture problem out loud with your team. You all know it exists. Naming it begins the process of reducing the impact and healing it. Introduce one daily ritual, a 60-second chair of joy to do the mental reset at every huddle, before every patient interaction, before every doctor interaction. Track this metric, just doing the chair of joy before every interaction for 30 days. Our not research, but our real world metrics show voluntary nurse turnover after implementing the JQ, Joy Intelligence Practice Every Day, shows you will have an increase in energy, passion, joy, and less of reacting to stressful events and shortages, and a way to turn the culture around. But you can measure this yourself. Turnover before you started a chair of joy every hour or every meeting, and after implementing it. And then connect with peer support groups and use Joy Intelligence emotional cards as a conversational tool. So for hospital systems, we have an enterprise program for you. We can help you build internal champions to change the culture in the workplace. So cultural investment will raise patient care. It will raise recruitment. It will increase outreach. And nurses who stay and thrive will actually care more. And healthcare optimization will go up. You will be that organization that helps stem this tide and be recognized for your excellence. So we'd like to come and do a lunch and learn or a Zoom demonstration on how we can help you stem this tide, or have a conversation about it. So go to joyely.com, contact Cheryl Lynn, or Zoom with drbriangrossman.com. Let's schedule an appointment. Let's have a conversation, and let's stem this healthcare crisis together. It's just one step at a time, but let's all move forward together. Yes, I'm passionate about this issue. It's something that needs to happen here in Nevada, but it needs to happen nationwide. And you've all seen it, felt it, experienced it. If you're not in healthcare, because you've had relatives, friends, or yourself go to a short-staffed doctor's office or hospital. So let's turn the culture around using the JOYELY system, where people come to work with passion, with energy, with joy, which is a permanent emotion, not a temporary one. 3,000 other emotions are temporary. So let's have that conversation. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the 4 stages of presence and how the JQ Edge, Joyly Intelligence, can help you and your organization. So let's book that call or connect with us on LinkedIn and Facebook. Have a joyfully amazing day, and we'll see you tomorrow for another discussion about culture change. Thank you for joining us. This is The Edge. We live it by doing it, and doing it every day together. Have an excellent day.